this to me.
And we're back. Hello. Okay, so first thing I wanted to address this boss, Iblis larva form. This is Iblis Phase 2. Now, what I find weird, I know chronologically this is the second Iblis fight, but what I don't get, Iblis Phase 1 is actually stronger and looks much closer to Phase 3. So, I just don't get it. Because you fight Phase 1 in Silver Story at the very beginning, so yeah, it does come earlier. But it's weird how this is Phase 2 and yet it's like so much smaller and weaker and everything. It's weird.
Probably it may have like had a typo because it like if the one you fight in Silver Story is in the future, correct?
Yeah, and this is in the future too, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we're in the future, so. Iblis only exists in the future right now.
Well, then maybe like this is before future Silver Story.
Yeah, possibly.
And like that just doesn't happen. It never you never go from big to small, a big again. It doesn't happen.
And if you're questioning my strategy, this boss normally takes like 5 minutes. I do not feel like fighting this guy for 5 minutes. So I'm gonna do the trick strategy. Simply just run over, and just screw the platforms, just take the lava and run over and hit it. You can finish the boss in about 2 or 3 minutes if you do this, and you can pretty much guarantee an S rank, no matter how many rings you get.
What's it doing? The funky chicken over there?
I don't know.
What's he doing?
And I'm purposely falling into the lava there, so that way I can get across that small section without getting hurt. Because you do not want to be over here without any rings, like you see right now, because there's quite a few attacks that can easily hit you. So, it's not safe having no rings around here.
Just be a man, drink your piss. You're the funky chicken, what you doing?
No.
Yeah. That was retarded. Stupid. One other thing I wanted to inform you about this boss. This isn't, if you look at the lives, you'll notice something a little wrong. I don't have over 30 lives. That's because this isn't in the story. I recorded this boss fight once and almost beat Radical Train when I realized it wasn't recording. The recording got glitched and it stopped right after Iblis died. Like it finished the 3-second long cutscene of him falling over and dying, and then the video froze. So I had to come back, and I'm doing this in mission replay. So after this, I'm going to exit and then go into the story. Luckily, the game is saved directly after this boss fight. So the second I load up story mode, it'll start up the cutscene right afterwards. And then continue on from last time, the whole thing about the E3 demo being better. A few more things. The homing attack was more developed, like it actually arced downwards, like it did in Sonic Adventure 2. And another thing like Sonic Adventure 2, if you were, for instance, flying upward or falling down when you use the homing attack, you actually use the homing attack in that direction. So if you're falling straight down, yeah, you'll use it downward. Plus, I think you actually fall down at a good speed. Unlike in this one, you fall really, really, really slow and stuff.
Not to mention, in the original demo, in the 3 version, whenever Sonic was running on a wall, he jumped off, he actually had a wall from the animation. Whereas this one, he just kind of half-ass flies off the wall.
Yeah, if you recall from the Wave Ocean video, whenever he does a wall jump, he just, like, flies headfirst into the wall, and sometimes he doesn't even land on the wall correctly. In the original demo, when he did a wall jump, for one, the wall jump was about twice as fast, so he was able to land on the walls faster. Normally he like springed off the walls head first, and then he'd do a few front flips and go into a sliding animation as he hits the wall. And it was really awesome. Plus it used different camera angles. It didn't always just have the camera behind you. It actually shifted the camera angles. I don't think any of the speed sections actually use camera angles, really.
No, we missed out on about like a 30-second long dying sequence. But whatever. That's loading for us anyway.
Yeah, and I majorly beat the S rank because you're only required to get 30k, but I got 37k because of that speed trick. Yeah.
And that game,
and plus, the speed section that they originally had in the demo was really, really good in terms of how it looks. Like, it was Kingdom Valley, but it actually had like puddles of water and everything all covering the area, plus actually water splashed on the screen and everything. They used a lot of really good particle effects. And one thing I thought was kind of interesting, when you hit a goal ring, it doesn't do the second lag to load up the results screen. When he was running through the speed section, the absolute second he touched the goal ring, he did that skid and the flipper went to the results screen. There was no stop, then do the skid. Cliffhanger!
That's not how Chaos Control works. No, if you don't open a rip in the space-time continuum, no, you just go poof. There never was no portal, and God, what are you doing, Sonic Team?
Looks like we made it back in one piece.
Yeah.
Where did Shadow and
Shoddy.
Rouge
One
go?
thing I
Did they appear
mentioned, I'm not sure if this is true, but I heard that this is what it is. This is about the voice acting. Apparently the voice acting for this game actually was really good, but for some retarded reason they had Japanese voice directors for the English version. Derp. Yeah, and they kept making them redo the lines over and over again, and it actually got progressively worse, and supposedly that's why the voice acting in this game is so bad.
So they were acting to act.
That's what I heard. I heard that it was just got messed up in the process.
Alright, so now our current objective is to collect information about Elise.
Why would we want to know about her? She's retarded.
I want to actually forget about her. Like, it's just... I'm 12, and what is this?
Alright, we're about to go get one of the most useful power-ups in the game, in my opinion. Aside from the gems, the bounce bracelet.
The gems aren't useless, or aren't useful, they're broken! There's a difference between being useful
we'll see
and just being cheap.
We'll see the gems later on in the playthrough. Yeah, the bounce bracelet is basically what it was in SA2, but it has a few differences. It doesn't have the basic ricochet effect anymore. You always bounce upward. You don't bounce against walls and angles, which, in my opinion, actually makes it a lot more useful. Because, honestly, I hated the bounce attack in SA2, because if you bounce once, you could easily send yourself flying off the stage if you're speedrunning. But in this, it's much more controllable. Plus, you don't bounce off of enemies. You, like, break right through them, so you can use it to pound the crap out of really enemies that have a lot of health.
Okay, now, whatever happened to finding out, I mean, not that mind breaking, but whatever happened to figuring out information about Elise, like, we just kind of like...
I skipped finding information about Elise and just went exactly where she is, because, well, I know exactly where she is.
So we just kind of bullshitted this world viewers and played the game.
I guess you're supposed to talk to people or something, but yeah.
What is this, an RPG or a linear Sonic game?
Hurry up and cross the scale.
No. Anyway, this level is Radical Train. It's my personal favorite level. A lot of people seem to hate this stage due to its immense difficulty at times, but I really like it. The gimmick here is that you're kind of a speedrun type level. So, you have to get to a certain point in the level and hit a switch within a time limit. It's not... You can't really tell what the time limit is, but Sonic will usually say things that will kind of give you clues and stuff. Because if you don't hit the switch in time, the train that Elise is on will hit a bunch of boxes, and the train will explode.
Okay, like...
Yeah. See it right there, you can see him behind the fence.
Hold on. Why would Eggman do that?
I don't know.
Who's in charge of this railroad?
I don't know.
Like, what railroad construction director thought it'd be a good idea? Like, we're gonna put a bunch of explosive blocks or something under the railroad just because, well, why the hell not?
Why does Eggman even have trains in the first place?
Yeah, why do you got a giant egg carrier he can use.
And I get stuck on the rail here. I couldn't get off. I just couldn't get off the rail. That's one of the common rail problems.
And what I find really funny, Sega like
Those enemies
had
seem to
the
be
rail
protecting
system
that cage
looking
from
just fine
Sonic
in
first.
and then they had the, so they somehow messed it up in future games, and then they kind of got it right in Sonic Unleashed, but then it wasn't perfect. Whereas like Ratchet and Clank, they've had it perfect since day one.
I honestly hated how the grinding system worked in SA2. It was really glitchy in my opinion. Like,
But for its
not
time,
exactly. I mean, in this game, when you jump, if it glitches, you just won't get off the rail. In SA2, if you glitch, you actually jump off the rail downwards, usually killing yourself. So, yeah, that's the problem.
Purple.
And I died.
Elise's train is... Oh,
Yeah, and in Heroes, it wasn't exactly the same problem. The problem was jumping between rails, and I failed here again.
Derp found the wall.
But I survived. Okay.
Wall.
Yeah.
Derp, look at me, I can wall jump!
Personally, I think the best grinding is in Shadow because it's very easy to control. I mean, that's when they fixed the rail switching, so instead of just holding the side and pressing A and you just randomly switch, you actually do like a flip and it's a lot more accurate. Plus, you move really fast on rails if you do it right.
I'm almost there.
There's random invincibility here, I don't know why. Notice that this isn't even the same train that was in the first section. This is Eggman's train, not the train Elise was on.
No. Sega.
Too easy.
Don't-
No sweat.
Don't do that. Get it right. God.